And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Welcome, everyone, to Alaska Weather. I'm meteorologist Peter Chan, coming to you from the National Weather Service in Alaska region on this Thursday, April 17th, 2025. And we continue to watch a storm system that is in the process of splitting in two and weakening. So at least the effects of this storm will begin to wane across the state, though some areas still feeling the effects. We have blizzard warnings that continue all along the Arctic coast from Point Hope all the way past east of Kaktovik through Friday afternoon. There was a strong to briefly severe geomagnetic storm yesterday on Wednesday that has since subsided. Had skies been clear, many locations would have been able to see a pretty decent display of the northern lights late Tuesday night and Wednesday morning and again last night. But the aurora viewing season for Alaska is nearing an end just because of the increasing amount of daylight and the shortening of nighttime. So may have a chance yet here before the end of the month, but otherwise have to wait until at some point the latter half of August once the sky gets dark again there in the nighttime. And we're looking at generally cooler weather across the northern mainland with above normal precipitation chances higher across southern Alaska through the end of April. And looking at some of the FAA webcams all along the Arctic coast this Thursday afternoon, we find blizzard or near blizzard conditions, dead horse blizzard conditions, quarter-mile visibility and light snow and blowing snow. 16 degrees, the temperature has come up there a bit. Winds though gusting out of the east-northeast up around 40 miles an hour. Nome picking up some light snow and fog, 34 degrees, not the wind that they're getting along the Arctic coast, but nevertheless, as that the western part of the storm lifts northward along the west coast, areas there are going to continue to pick up some light snow. Yakutat is now getting some moderate to briefly heavier rain and fog, 48 degrees this afternoon. The heaviest rain yesterday was focused along the eastern Kenai, Prince William Sound. That area is shifting eastward across the Gulf and will be pushing into the Panhandle tonight into the day Friday, but it will not be quite as strong as what it was Wednesday when coming up into the northwest corner of the Gulf. And then here's a neat picture, Delta Junction. So this is looking south from Delta Junction. That's the Alaska Range. You can see the clearing, the downslope winds, the clearing, the subsidence that's allowing for warmer temperatures and sunshine. It's windy and mild. We've seen temperatures from around Fairbanks up the Tanana Valley in the mid-50s to near 60 degrees in some locations, a few spots. So quite a different world there. But in the far north, still wintry. We have blizzard warnings through 4 p.m. Friday afternoon from Point Hope all the way through Utqiagvik east to Kaktovik in Demarcation Bay. We expect east-northeast winds gusting at times 30 to as high as 50 miles an hour, causing blizzard or near blizzard conditions through tonight and into much of the day, especially morning and early afternoon on Friday. Elsewhere at the present time, at least as of mid-afternoon, the only other advisory is up here in the far northern part of the Panhandle, winter weather advisory for some accumulations of wet, heavier snow on the upper portion there of the Klondike Highway. But looking at avalanche danger, today it's been considerable in the area around Thompson Pass and Valdez, as well as Turnagain Pass and Summit Lake, with very high avalanche danger around Moose Pass there in the eastern Kenai. And as a result of all this precipitation we've had and temperatures have moderated, at least today, back up into the 40s, makes things rather unstable. So if you're planning to head out in any backcountry areas, late season snow machining or skiing, be extra cautious and avoid those steeper slopes. Areas today, we're watching the moisture surge north. So here's the satellite imagery early this morning. We have one low center going to be coming east across Kodiak Island tonight, another piece drifting north. This was all part of one larger low over the past couple of days. It's forced a lot of mild air northward, crossing the Alaska Range, and it's broke out some sunshine here around Fairbanks. Copper River Basin even seeing some temperatures above 50 there around Gulkana and Glen Allen. So now the focus of that atmospheric river moisture is into Yakutat. It's going to be shifting into the Panhandle, and it will begin to weaken as we go through late tonight and on Friday. But those of you in through the Panhandle, especially the central northern Panhandle, are going to be picking up some steadier rains and gusty winds as we go through tonight and for Friday morning. The area further south, you'll see some showers too down there around Ketchikan and Prince of Wales Island, but temperatures there have been a little warmer in the 50s in a number of spots. Back to the west, we have a couple of weak low centers in this trough or weak front that's going to be pushing through the Aleutians, but it's not going to be as major of a weather system as the one we've just experienced. So late tonight into Friday morning, here we have one weak low drifting north of the Seward Peninsula. Still some areas of light snow around that, could even be mixed with a little bit of rain. And then here we have the low coming out into the western Gulf with a trough extending ahead of it. Again, along the Gulf Coast and especially into the Panhandle, areas of rain continuing as you get up into the coastal mountains, mid-upper elevations, picking up additional wet snow. There's a cold front up here coming in off the Beaufort Sea, pushing up the Mackenzie River and bringing colder air that's going to head up down into central Canada, not so much across Alaska. For Friday afternoon, we have that cold front there in northwest Canada. We have instability, snow or mixed rain and snow showers for areas of the interior, as well as areas of northwest Canada. Probably still some steadier rain in portions of the Panhandle. And then by the time we get into Saturday, things should become more showery across the Panhandle. A weak low, what's left of that low that was in the western Gulf slips just offshore there, Prince of Wales Island toward Haida Gwaii. We still have a lingering trough of low pressure across the northern interior. This will be a focus for some instability, snow and mixed rain and snow showers just because of the leftover moisture that will be in that region. Back to the south and west, we have a weak system lifting across the central eastern Aleutians. This is nothing like the last storm that came out of there Tuesday into Wednesday. So by late weekend, Sunday, we have this couple of weak low pressures with this weakening front working its way along the southwest coast. Kuskokwim and Bristol Bay could pick up some additional light snow that may change over or mix with rain. And we have generally rain showers pushing up along the Alaska Peninsula into Kodiak Island, Shelikof Strait that'll eventually try to get up aligned up here along northern areas of the Gulf and as we go into late Sunday and early next week. So temperature-wise, nighttime not as cold as they have been in the north. Still a few areas could be single digits up there around Wainwright, Utqiagvik. Otherwise, I think most temperatures with the wind and snow up there will stay in the teens. And then for areas further south, if you have any clearing, it could dip down below freezing. Otherwise, the Panhandle lows generally upper 30s to around 40 degrees. Temperatures Friday, instead of 50s here around Fairbanks and the Tanana Valley, you'll see highs a good 10 degrees cooler in the 40s. Still some 40s up through Anchorage Bowl, western Kenai, Mat-Su Valley. And as we trail out across here, areas of the Panhandle, highs generally 40s, maybe an isolated 50-degree reading. Temperatures have rebounded a bit too here in the Aleutians, getting back up into the mid-40s there at Dutch Harbor and Unalaska compared to the colder temperatures here over the past couple of weeks. And then Saturday morning, we could see some readings down near plus or minus a couple degrees above or below zero there along the Arctic coast, especially Utqiagvik toward Kaktovik. In the wake of the windier conditions, it'll be calmer here as we get into Saturday. Temperatures generally above freezing in the Panhandle. Near freezing areas of south central could dip below if you have clear to partly cloudy skies. And then Saturday afternoon, temperatures kind of hold their own in the 40s, lower mid 40s here, Fairbanks up toward Eagle, Tok, Northway, mid 40s, Anchorage Bowl, Mat-Su Valley, western Kenai, and then for the Panhandle, highs generally 45 to near 50 degrees. Temperatures along the Alaska Peninsula in the 40s, extending out into the Aleutians, and at least Seward Peninsula, you're going to see temperatures not as cold as they have been. Readings in the still below freezing, but at least mid, maybe upper 20s over the course of the weekend. Here's the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. This is going to take us through the end of the month because I'll show you the 8 to 14 after that. Coolest readings, temperatures to average a bit below normal, Brooks Range, Upper Yukon, North Slope, Arctic Coast. We may get temperatures a little above normal, Alaska Peninsula into the Aleutians, otherwise fairly near normal temperatures south central into southeast Alaska. And then for the end of April and the first day of May, May try to get temperatures just a little warmer across southern Alaska and along the Gulf Coast. Nothing super warm, but at least trending in that way, more towards spring. In the far north, though, still we expect readings to average below normal north of the Yukon River, all the way especially up there toward the North Slope and Arctic coast. And precipitation-wise, still could end up averaging a bit above normal along and south of the Yukon River, April 23rd through the 27th. Normally, this is the driest time of year, but we got a couple weather systems to work through that could at least spike or bring us a little above normal precipitation. And even lingering into the very end of the month, April 25th through May 1st, we might see precipitation average a bit above normal in areas surrounding Cook Inlet, including areas south of the Alaska Range and the Kenai Peninsula.